The following is a podcast meant for adults and discuss things like sexual content and alcohol use. Listener discretion is advised.
Hold on.
Great job.
As I was saying, happy Halloween, ladies and gents. Welcome to another episode, our Halloweeny episode of the Drunk Texting Podcast, the podcast where we have some drink, talk some mess, and help you get through your Halloween edition of Thirsty Thursdays as only we can. I am one half of your co-hosting team, Moon Knight, aka Mr. Knight, aka JB, and I am here to celebrate Halloween with my co-hostess, with the mo-hostess. Please tell the people who you are, what your adjective is, and tell the people who you are on this lovely Halloween day.
Oh, I am the Miss Perfect, Miss Everything, Miss Oldest Sister, Isabella Madrigal, or as you all know,
It's in the home, Madrigal.
or today I'm the spooky Kristal DeShan.
Spooky, I love it. Perfect for Halloween. Before we move on, before we get into the rest of our opening preamble, can we talk about how I don't know why that one song to me is like the song of the whole show or like of the whole movie. Like the other songs slap, but like Family Madrigal is like the song to me.
It's the opening song. It's a song that encompasses everything. It tells you the whole. It tells the whole story, but it don't.
It does, and like I don't know, like
It give you a little hint of things.
Say, like we don't talk about Bruno is obviously great. Under the Surface, great. They're all good songs, but like it did that
So
song.
great.
Like
There's so much going on. You're just like, you
it's
get
so much
get
going
into
on.
it.
Right. It's so much going on, but it still
So
feels
fun.
right. It's just I love it.
That's Lynn. Well, that's Lynn for you.
Hey, Lin-Manuel Miranda. Speaking of, he has there's a album out now. It's if I remember correctly, it's the concept album for what will probably be a Broadway musical, Warriors, which is based off of a movie from the 80s. Oh, somebody's gonna be so upset with me. It's an older movie, The Warriors. He's basically done like a Broadway musical version of it. And if I remember correctly, it is, instead of it being like exactly like it's a all female or like female leading cast who they're a gang that was accused of the death of their leader, and they're having to like go and clear their name. Like that's the story. I haven't listened to the album yet. I'm going to.
Directed and produced by Nas.
Yeah, Lil Nas X, not Nas.
Like Nas.
Nas. Hold on, and then I was trying to say Lauryn Hill. Is featured. She had the song in the album. I hear it's great. Apparently, they had no backup plan. I saw this on TikTok. They had no backup plan for if Lauryn Hill decided not to do it. Like they didn't have a backup plan for who would be Lauren's character. They were just like, Lauren or bust. Because apparently Lauren is like a huge fan of Hamilton. And Lin-Manuel Miranda just so happened to be at a party with like Lauryn Hill's manager. And that's how he found out that she was a fan. Because apparently he wanted to use a lyric from one of Lauren's songs in one of the cabinet meeting rap battles. And he was like, oh yeah, we probably would have never gotten clearance, blah, 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 blah. And the manager was like, no, Lauren's actually a huge fan. Yeah, we would have cleared that. And so then it just kind of got the ball rolling. And of course, Lynn being busy, Lauren being busy, they're like texting back and forth with the manager, like, hey, so is she gonna do it? Is she gonna do it? Is she gonna do it? Finally, they sent over like the recordings that they would do, like right before it was time for them to turn in the music for the finals, apparently. Like I mean, I don't know how long, but the way he talks, it was like a couple weeks before the deadline for the finals. So that's pretty cool.
Yeah, I gotta listen to it too. It looks good. I've been seeing a little bit of hype on TikTok so far about it. So
with the few one that I've seen, like the few TikToks that I've seen featuring some of the music, it sounds like it's a banger. Like it sounds like a banger. So.
Really, it's hard to not have a banger with Lin-Manuel Miranda on it.
That is very true. The man knows how to spit out some fire.
That he does.
But with that being said, we're gonna get back on track into the episode. We do this every episode. Before we get into what we're drinking, I'm gonna let you guys know this right now. I'm going into this episode completely blind, and the reason I'm going in completely blind is because my co-hostess with the hostess has written all of today's episode. So everything from our question of the week, our would you rather, our anime discussion, even our shit for a shot has all been written, and all of the content has been pulled together by our lovely co-host. She literally gave me the script for it like 5 minutes before we started. So I'm going in blind. I don't know all of this that we're doing. It's gonna be off the cuff.
It's really great.
It's gonna be great. I like just reading the like the little captions for it, like the brief synopsis for each section. It looked like it's going to be fun. I look like I'm probably going to have a lot of fun with this. So we are going to get into it. This week, I am drinking something that actually tastes kind of like a cream soda. Is vodka and root beer.
Okay.
Just straight vodka and root beer. It kind of tastes like a cream soda, and I like it. But with that, what are you drinking?
I'm drinking. Getting into my juicy era. We're drinking. It is. When I was mixing, I was like, yeah, this might not taste good. Then she got in. It's apple juice.
Okay.
And is it mango margarita?
Ooh, yes. Yes, we clap for that. That is nice. Yes,
I'm clapping for it too because it's delicious.
Get a little applause for the people. Yes, we love that. We love that. All
right, I got off cranberries, illegitimate children's next week.
Just for the week though. We'll be back to that. We'll be back to that soon, especially with Thanksgiving on the horizon. You know, cranberries.
Oh yeah, I'm on cranberries next.
That's gonna be all the crayons, illegitimate children.
I'm here for it.
All of them. But with that being said, before we get to our first section, we want to say, because we always say it, and especially so tonight, because we know people are going to go out and have a good time, always drink responsibly, never drink and drive, sometimes drink and text. And with that being said, we're going to get into our first section, which is our question of the week. This week's question, I'm actually really, I like this one. I think this is one of those ones that like, it could also lead to like deeper discussions depending on who you ask. But this week,
that was kind of the idea I had. We're going to be all over the place.
It's a good one though. I like this one. This one, because I also feel like we're going to get a lot of good responses. People being my DM, like, and this is not just directed at my friend. This isn't just directed at my friend. This is also directed at some other people that have also don't just DM me. In fact, DM the Instagram page, so that way we both see it. Because I've shared the passwords and everything. So our lovely Kristal will also be able to see it, and it'll be great. And she'll be able to get a laugh, and she'll take screenshots and send them to me and be like, "What the fuck is this? What the fuck is this?" And I'll be like, "It is what it is, man. You have to listen to the story about how a guy got a gum job behind the IHOP."
Right. IHOP.
Lord have mercy. Just a mess, but it's a good mess. It is a good mess.
It is always a good mess.
But with that being said, the question of the week: what's a small decision you made that ended up changing your life completely? God, I can expect that these responses are going to range from everything like, oh, well, I decided to quit my job and I ended up winning the lottery, to like, I decided to leave my wife and I ended up Like I ended up dodging HIV, like crazy stuff. I can imagine.
I did read through a few comments, and you're not all the way off.
It's because I know Reddit. I know Reddit. Reddit is a dark, deprived, and it's a place that they just have so much just randomness that. Okay, so we're gonna see it.
Okay. One person said, "Well, sitting around at home reading was definitely a homebody growing up. My mom told me I had to go out and live a little. Told my parents about a dance I was maybe thinking of going to. My mom told me I should go, so I did. And that's where I met my now wife. We've been together for 25 years.
Oh, that's sweet. That is a sweet one.
Not weird.
That is
a lot of them are like that. They're like, oh, I didn't want to go to a party. I went to a party and I haven't met my wife. Okay.
Oh my gosh. I'm looking at one right now. This one this one sounds like some shit that would happen during my college days.
Ooh.
Went to a friend's house one time and decided to try coke just for fun. 4 years and thousands of dollars later, and I can't smell anymore. I have severe PTSD, borderline agoraphobia, and I relate more to people who are 3 times my age or in the final stages of life than I do with anyone else. Also, I don't trust people anymore. Not at all, and not anyone. Moral of the story, drink Pepsi. And I think, I find it hilarious that, I find it hilarious that I think that this whole thing is like just a joke to diss Coke, but at the same time, it's like, wait, did you just use that Pepsi line to lighten the fact that...
Right. It had a little twinge, a little curveball, a little red herring, sir.
Right.
Someone said, joined an EMS club to chat with a girl. I'm now a doctor, something I never thought I wanted to do.
Huh. Wow, wait. So what I'm hearing is...
you found a career.
Right, like, you got a career because you was looking for some coochie.
Yep.
Like...
Yep.
That is crazy.
You gotta love it.
Let's see. Huh. Okay. Here's this one isn't that like... This one isn't as bad, but like it's kind of an interesting one. Wanted a koi tattoo and decided to stop by a pawn shop to see the real thing before I got one inked on me. Sat there at a display pond for an hour and just zoned out, and the most relaxed I had been in months. Ended up building my own pond 4 months later. Been keeping koi for 14 years. Helped run a forum for a number of years. Helped run a nonprofit related to koi that, oh Jesus, racked up the Gold Presidential Volunteer Service Medal 4 years in a row with that. I also got to meet hundreds of folk from around the country. I picture myself in retirement, sitting in a chair by the pond every morning, drinking a coffee before I start the day. That one visit to that shop changed a lot in my life. And then somebody responded, did you end up getting the tattoo? Question. That need answered. Yeah.
Right. That's valid. That's a valid question.
And they responded, half back piece, dragging koi on top, 3 more koi to represent my wife and 2 kids, water and lotus as well. That is cute.
That's very cute. I love that.
I have somebody from high school that I know who his parents have a koi pond on the back of their like patio. So like their back patio, like literally it's just like a giant koi pond. And I mean, there's a dozen, if not like 2 dozen in the pond. And the pond ain't like, it's not huge, but it's not as big as you would think for someone with that number of koi fish. But it's still, because it's deep. It's like deeper, I think. And every time I've gone over that, and I can say from experience, like I'll sit there and I'll be like, this is so nice. That's just so nice.
Just watch all peaceful.
Yeah, they just be in there just
swimming away, minding their own business.
Just minding their own business. It's so nice. Watching them feed is probably one of the funniest things, though. Just because you watch them, because it's so peaceful, then you throw the food in, and they all just like, and and it's just like a freaking like collage of like scales and splashing water.
I love. You gotta love koi fish, man. All right, we got one. I think this is a good one. It's not very many. It's just I wrote a miraculous ladybug fan fiction.
Oh, Lord.
After that, I wrote more and more and discovered I'm actually good at it. Now I'm going to college for English to be an author and editor.
Oh, okay. I mean, fan fiction, wonderful, wonderful. See,
Miraculous catbug, miraculous ladybug fan fiction.
that is such a specific show. But to be honest, I can't even be mad at it because do you know the butterfly effect of
From
9/11 to 50 Shades of Grey?
I love to bring it up every now and again just because it's so funny and fascinating. He's like,
It's
wait,
so
what?
odd. It's so odd.
It is.
It's just
It's funny.
We're not going to explain it. We're not going to explain it on here. If you want to know, if you don't know, and you want to know the butterfly effect of 9/11 to 50 Shades of Grey, Google it, and you will go down the rabbit hole, I promise. And you'll read the story, and you'll be like, huh, that's
like, okay.
That's interesting.
Concerning.
Right? Because it's just like, this caused that, which caused this, which caused that, which caused that. And it's like, eh?
Oh,
Also,
a lot of concern.
Also, side note, while we're on the subject of 50 Shades of Grey, always remember, ladies and gents, your fan fiction don't always mean that they have to be fan fiction. Because 50 Shades of Grey started as a fan fiction. God, that is just so, there's just so
wild.
Ugh.
So, what small decision did you make that changed your life entirely?
I don't know about a small decision. I don't know if it's technically a small decision, but
like what began your domino effect?
It did domino effect. It was deciding not to stay in music in college, and switching over to mass media, because that started the domino effect of like, okay, well, I'm going to be in college for another year because of it. I'm going to be meeting new people. I'm going to be basically starting over in a new program. But because of that, I met my now wife. I've now had 2 jobs in my field, which, for some people, it doesn't sound like a lot. But when you understand how like tight certain job markets are, you understand that being able to say you have 2 jobs that fall under your degree, because some people go to school for a degree, they never work under that degree field ever in their life. So to say that I was able to get 2 literally within the first 5 years of me graduating with that degree, it's a pretty substantial thing to me. Literally moved to a different city. The first time me moving away from my family, like by myself and being independent on my own, getting into a house with my wife, like that whole thing. So I think that decision it wasn't necessarily small, depending on who looks at the situation, but it led to bigger things. What about you? What small thing in your life, what small decision did you make that changed your life?
Yeah, it's not a small thing, but it is something that kind of shifted life in general.
Okay.
And it was me starting therapy. Okay. It was very much a complete 180 from kind of the person that I was to just, because when I started, I was at a low point. Let me tell myself, I'm talking drinking on Easter Sunday low. Yeah, I was low.
Now I'm going to say something that somebody's going to think this might be controversial, but I don't necessarily see a bad thing in that. Depending.
It was 9 a.m. and the liquor had been under my bed for weeks.
Okay. Yeah, see, with the added context, that's where I'm like, okay, there's the okay, we might need to talk about that. See, I just thought you meant like, okay, I rolled out of bed. Okay, after everybody, like, we got back home from church or whatever. Now I'm drinking.
Like I didn't even go to church
Like,
that day because I was like, I'm gonna stay home.
Like, you rolled out of bed and was like, oh, alcohol. Oh, liquor bottle under my bed. It's still still got half a bottle. Hell yeah. Happy Easter to me.
I was shy. But yeah, just going to therapy, unlearning behaviors, learning new behaviors, kind of figuring out where past things started, what I want to do, because I had no direction in life at all. Started therapy, got a whole new mindset, still doing it to this day, and I love it. You know, if I went into therapy, I wouldn't have started dating, wouldn't have found, you know, my little piece.
Why you say it like that? You say that like wouldn't have found my little stink or whatever.
Right.
Like, that's how it sounded like, or or whatever, wouldn't have found my little
right. Wouldn't have found him. I wouldn't have made more friends. Absolutely. I wouldn't have stood up for myself as I do. I just wouldn't have become as much of the
podcast.
That's facts. That's facts. Listen, but again, go to therapy. Therapy is so good. It's so refreshing. Even if it's a one-time thing, I love my therapist.
But that's
therapy, he can't.
But that's the thing, and I'll say from my own side of things, even because I was like, oh yeah, I'll just go to this one, see how it is. And after that, after that first one, I was like, shit, I need this more than I thought I did.
Right, except that first one,
schedule some more.
Maybe they know a little something. See, I didn't really think about therapy for real. Right, shout out to all the therapists out there.
Ooh, shout outs to my therapist, because boy, she done been with me through some stuff, and she's only been my therapist for like a year and a half. But God, she done been here with me through some stuff, boy.
It was you too. I'm on my third one.
Oh,
she been rocking it. No, it's not. It's not like that.
Nah, I understand. No, you ain't gotta. Like that. Yeah,
I'm on my third one, and she's been rocking it out ever since the beginning. And she's great. I love her so much.
Absolutely,
that's my girl.
Shout out.
But yeah, we love therapy.
We drink.
Shout out to all the therapists.
Yes. But we are going to move on. We're going to get into our next section. There's going to be another fun one. This is another one that, again, I'm going in blind, but it's our Would You Rather of the week. This week's Would You Rather actually comes to us via Reddit. And I'm going to read them. I'm going to take this one over because I genuinely, just reading the title, I have no answer. Just reading the title, I have no answer right now. So we're going to get some context via Reddit. We're going to go into it and see. So would you rather be the most powerful in the world after a random update, or be average in a world where you control the update? So some context. A deity-like being comes to you with two options, which are as follows. Number one, the world will be updated with a random power system from any fantasy world, and you are guaranteed to be the most powerful being in the changed world by an insurmountable margin. You have absolutely no idea what this new system will be like, except that you and everybody else will still be human, though possibly with incredible powers. It is guaranteed you won't find anything about the update You won't find anything about the updated you too disagreeable. I don't get that.
Which basically the new you, there's nothing you're not mad about anything about the new you.
Okay, so you won't. So basically what they're saying is you're guaranteed you're going to get powers, and there's not going to be a single thing that you're going to disagree with in terms of your power system, or everything you get. You're going to be like, yes, this is awesome.
Yeah. All right. There's no downside.
So then the second option, you are able to fully describe and detail how the world will be updated. You can make it into any kind of world you want, from Dungeons and Dragons to Pokemon. The main caveat here is that you will be just another person in the world. You can't give yourself any advantages over others. There can be no means by which you can elevate yourself over the rest of humankind. that other humans could not reasonably utilize themselves. No random phrase that anyone could say to gain supremacy. No backdoor routes that anyone could use, but only you know of. The only built-in advantage is your knowledge as the one who created the update parameters. That is... So, I mean, to be fair, either update, you're kind of going in being the god of the new world. Like, either update.
But with the second one, you're not. You're an average to a regular.
But think about it though. You could set the parameters. So you set the parameters so that way you have the advantage to be able to get a leg up on everybody else.
It says you can't give yourself any advantages.
No, but it's like the advantage is you have the knowledge of how the parameters work. That's the advantage, is that you have that knowledge. So it's like, let's say, given their example, Pokemon. All right, cool. You can design the world to have all the kinds of Pokemon you want. You can even change it to say, like, there are going to be no god Pokemon. It's just going to be all the regular Pokemon, no, like, exclusive one-off Pokemon that there's no, like, breeding them to make more because they're not able to breed, those kind of things. And you yourself could be like, all right, cool. Now I have all the parameters. I know that I could go get this, and this. I could create a Master Ball. Now I can go get all the Pokemon that I want. And I know how the parameters of this system work. I could train my Pokemon to be the most powerful in the world because I've set the parameters and I know how the parameters work down to the T. I really don't know because I'm like, because it's like I basically get my own sandbox. I get my own sandbox with the real world. I get to have sandbox control in the real world. I kind of like that a lot. Like, cool, I'll be average in this world. I'll start off on my own Pokemon journey. And I'll just be the most regular. I'll have the top 1% of all Rattata. If you get that joke, you're awesome. But like, I could set the parameter that I can literally be like, all right, cool. It's going to be Dungeons and Dragons. I'll take a wizard class. And like, imagine that. You'd make the world like Dungeons and Dragons, and you could literally make it so that way everybody has a system that they could respect themselves. It's just like, I don't think being a wizard is going to work out. I'll go into a barbarian class just to see what it's like. And you respect yourself. Then you like change your body type, bro. That'd be wild. Think about that. So with option 2, you're basically getting to be kind of like Jin Woo from Solo Leveling, but instead of the parameters working for you, the parameters work for the world. It controlled the world. That's kind of broken. Like, I'm not gonna lie.
That's complete. Oh. This one still got me even thinking like most powerful in a random update. Because what if you're like in a barren wasteland? You being the most powerful is you just taller than everybody else. Versus being average in the world where you control the update. You know? Based on how you cut it, I might just do the average where I control the update.
Because my whole thing is like,
I can make whatever I want it to be.
My whole thing is like, I don't be in trouble.
Right.
Like, I'll still be in the first option. It's like I'll still be human. So like, realistically, I'll still end up dying after I've lived my life. With the second one, I could make it an update where humans don't die. We don't even age. I could literally make it to where we age if we want to age, but we could just stay wherever we want. I could literally make that a thing. Like that.
You can make an update to where money is no longer exists. Everyone goes on a barter system.
Okay, but like, it's gonna be an aside, but that you said that, but that just activated something in my mind. I truly believe that the barter system would work as a system. Truly. Like, if we were to just simplify shit and stop trying to like mass produce shit for everybody and everything, we could truly have like a barter system that would work. in the world. Like, oh, hey, this guy makes cool artwork. Hey, what would you like for your art, sir? Well, do you have a basket of apples? Actually, I know where I can get a basket of apples. Well, if you give me
I got you.
If you give me a basket of red apples, at least 20 of them, I'll make you an art piece, sir. Like, that'd be so easy. And then all I'd have to do is go to the guy with the apples and be like, so what would you like for the apples, sir? Well, do you
I'll clean your house for that basket of apples.
Right. It's like, I will clean your house for a basket of apples. Then you just do a day of work. You get a basket of apples. It's probably going to be more than 20. Then you take 20 back to the guy. He paints you something nice. Boom. Now you got a new painting for your house. Like, it's so nice. And you see, that's just how things would work. It would be so nice and simple. And of course, there's going to be some people that are going to pick holes and be like, you're into the barter system, doesn't always ring. The barter system.
If you can't work the barter system, you a fool.
Literally. Like,
barter what you think is fair.
Literally. And of course, there's always like, well, what I deem fair probably wouldn't be the same thing as what they deem fair. That's why you communicate with them. That's the part of the barter system. That's literally, that's the part of the barter system. It's just like, well, they want this. Well, I think that's a little steep. What about this? Okay, I like that. Like, it works. It literally works.
You'll find a middle somewhere.
Gosh. Yeah. But I still don't have an answer for this one. I really don't. Because, like, I imagine, let's say, because I'm trying to also think of, like, different magic systems in anime. So, like, what if it's like the Jujutsu Kaisen system, where it's cursed energy? And I just mess around, I'm walking around, I'm like Gojo. And I'm just like, ooh, purple, ow. You know what? If I had the power of Jujutsu Kaisen in their magic system and I was like Gojo, I would just shoot off random purple just because I could.
I would just be messing with people all the time.
I would just shoot off random purple. I'd be like, you know what? Man, I can't stand this traffic. Purple. Ow.
Go.
And yes, there are people like, you're going to kill people over some traffic? Yes. What? Purple. Ow.
I took the first part of this question, like the most powerful in the world. I took it like, I don't know if you ever seen how not to summon a demon lord or demon lord retry. That's how I took the first half. It's like that. You're just overpowered for no reason.
Okay.
That versus like solo leveling. That's how I was looking at it.
That kind of is. I think. I don't know. I feel like if I were to do the second one, I would make it so that way every person on their 18th birthday, what they do, they get to decide if they want to basically have their own heads-up display, kind of like in solo leveling, and that heads-up display will give you daily tasks, daily goals, things that you have to do. And you can level up, you can get more powerful, you can get stronger, you can get faster, and you can look at your stats based on your own leveling system. You gain experience from doing things, literally things as simple as like, oh, you had a task to take out the trash today. You got 5 experience points from that. To things like, oh, you just did a dungeon and you killed like 100 goblin demons in the dungeon. You got 10,000 experience points. You leveled up 10 times. Like, and it would literally go like that. And if you decided to, you could literally be one of the most powerful in the world. But if you decided not to, then well, you just live your life basic normal. I mean, you can't be affected by those with the power. That would be another thing I would put in there. Like the people with powers cannot hurt or attack or fight somebody without powers. Like that physically would not be able to happen. Exactly. And then also vice versa.
You take advantage. You're right. That's fair.
I would put in the caveat though, that if somebody without powers tries to fight somebody with powers, they are automatically put into the system, because it's like they would get an option. They would get the option like, hey, you're about to fight somebody with powers. Do you really want to do this?
Right.
And then if they still continue and click yes, then they're gonna start. Of course, they're gonna start at like level 1 because you're just now starting, but at that point, then it's like, oh, you actually decided you wanted to do this. And it would fucking go crazy. I would have to know what the power system is. And like, how would the god decide? Like, would you put it on like a power wheel and be like, Or like, would he just be like, I like this one. Here you go, this magic system. If it was like, if it was
wake
like,
up one day and be like, there it is.
Honest to God, if it was like that time I got reincarnated as a slime, I would literally have somebody name me Rimmer Tempest. I would have my name changed to Rimmer Tempest because that name goes hard for no reason. I said that last week. Rimmer Tempest as a name goes hard, and I don't understand it. I love that name, Rimmer Tempest. Like, good
stuff.
Some of the
tell us what y'all think in the comments. What are y'all taking in this debacle? This one's got us a little stumped here.
This one has us stumped. I'm not gonna lie, because and the thing is, looking at some of the comments, because it's like if you chose the second option, you would get an hour to think up the parameters of the magic system, and then any like gaps or like things that wouldn't fit together based on what you chose would get smoothed over to help you out. So
yeah.
So I'm kind of curious. I really do not know. Like, no, I genuinely like I would like to know, because what would your and I see in the comment section of this post, the person that posted this is responding to people like, look, okay, so what's my magic system? If I choose option 1, what's my magic system? And he'll give them a magic, or he or she, they give them a magic system. So boom. And so I'm just like, what is this? What is this? You know?
So would you live in the world they give you?
And I guess you would have to choose.
Yeah, I'm skimming some of these worlds and kind of crazy.
This one's kind of interesting. Your world becomes filled with mana. People being rapidly infused with mana leads to everyone developing magical abilities of various kinds and at various levels. You, by complete coincidence as far as others are concerned, are at the exact same spot mana infiltrates into the world, resulting in you being many times more powerful than others and have access to the most powerful of magic, which you can even alter reality itself to a generous degree. Like, if that's the case, like stuff like that, if that's the case, then absolutely. Also, I'm letting you know right now, this were the case and I had like access to magic, I'm literally first off, I'm wearing these gloves everywhere. I'm turning into basically Roy Mustang, because everywhere I go, I'm just gonna be like, fireball.
You're gonna become a menace.
And imagine, oh, absolutely, 100%.
It's gonna become a menace.
And look, take off the glove. It's like, oh, it's about to go down. Pow! Just, like, imagine, like, I could actually like do magic with the gloves on, but then it's like, oh, you made me take my gloves off? Oh, this is about to be fun.
Now power is unleashed.
It's just like, ooh, now I'm actually taking the collar off. The weights are coming off this time. Bow!
Right. Everything's unleashed.
It's just like, ooh,
you asked for it.
Just like, I've been wearing weighted clothes this whole time, just so that way you guys would feel better about yourself. Just like, ooh, it's like, I feel light. I can move at the
speed.
It's like I can literally move at the speed of an atom. Just like, oh, this man can teleport. Yes, I can.
Yeah.
It's
kind of like in Psyche K, how he has his antenna to control the magic.
Yes.
And once you take him off, his powers go.
Ooh, Psyche K reference. One of my homies, that is one of my homies, like one of his favorite shows. The Disastrous Life of Psyche K. It's
so great.
For me, I will say, I think what I find most interesting about it is that, like, given any other genre of show, this show would be probably bonkers. But just the fact that it is a slice of life is what makes it so interesting to me.
It is. My friend actually suggested I watch it because she was like, oh, you should watch K. You remind me of Psyche. I was like, I don't know what that means. I watched, I was like, I don't know how to feel about that.
Oh, dude, my friend that likes it, he is 100% to me. He is Psyche. He is absolutely
No,
Psyche.
don't get me wrong. I love Psyche. I absolutely love Psyche. Like, I think the fact that he can talk but chooses not to talk and has just brainwashed everybody to slick mind read.
Yes.
It's my favorite thing ever. Like, he ain't got to talk, but he's communicating.
To everybody.
And that I love.
It's just like,
no, he done changed this world so much just so no one would make him stand out.
Literally. It's just like, you know what? I literally have universe bending powers, but I'm just going to make my life a little bit more convenient. So that way I don't have
literally,
to do shit.
He just makes his life more convenient. He don't do nothing for nobody else. He's like, I'm just going to make my life more convenient.
Just a little bit.
Just because he can.
Just because I can.
And I love that for him.
Yeah.
And I love that for him and his coffee jelly.
I still haven't tried coffee jelly. I want to try it one day.
I saw it in the store one day. I was like, well, that's what he was hyping about. I bet it's nasty.
My friend,
I don't like coffee, so that shit gonna be nasty.
My friend went to Japan recently. I hope he got a chance to try coffee jelly from Japan. I hope so. I'm gonna ask him. I might have to ask him.
We need to know if it's the hype that Psyche is geeking it up to be.
Because my man's was over here ready to like put some people on a t-shirt over it. So
right, he spent his whole allowance on coffee jelly.
Hey man, we got priorities.
And he set his priorities straight, and he wanted it, and he got it.
He got exactly what he wanted, absolutely.
I'm not mad at it.
Can't be.
Not at all.
But like my lovely co-hostess has said, my spooky co-hostess, please let us know in the comment what your choice would be, because God Almighty, I don't know. I don't know what I would choose. I think I'd have to know what my world would be, like what my power system would be first. Then I'd be like, nah, it's more fun when I got competition. Let's go with the second one. And then just start writing out the rules of the universe immediately. Because I'm not going to lie to you, I think part of the reason I would go for the second one is so that way I could go to my homies and be like, hey, bro, we both got powers. Run the fucking thing, dog.
Just like run the fade real fast.
Bro, it would literally be, especially one of my homies, Ray, it would quite literally be like Toto versus Itadori the very first time.
Then you got this, you control the update. So if you don't like it, switch up. All right, I ain't like that. Let me rewrite this one real quick.
But like,
let me scrap this line.
But like, imagine just me and him just like, run it.
You could. You very much could.
Dude, if I could write the update and then be like, oh, you could choose what power you have, I would just take Boogie Woogie. I'm not even gonna lie. I think Boogie Woogie is just so fun and busted as a freaking power. Just fastball special. Pow! Ah!
Shit.
Throw up a couple rocks.
The world is your oyster. Literally, the world is your oyster. You do whatever you want.
You got to play twin? Throw it my way. Shout out to Rob So Petty. Shout out to Rob So Petty for the Hood JJK series. Because that shit, I will send you the link for it. I will send you the link for it. Bro, when I tell you it is so funny, I literally quote Hood JJK so often. There's a scene with Nanami that literally, stop with the fuck shit. You scaring the hoes. That's not fair. What if the hoes...
I've probably seen a clip.
That's not fair.
I think I've seen a clip, but I didn't know.
What if the hoes scaring me? Boom!
The hoes scaring me.
Bro, that is my most quotable line from that shit. That's not fair. What if the hoes scaring me? That is.
Next time somebody tell me I'm scaring the hoe, like, what if the hoe just scaring me?
That's not fair. You gotta hit them with the, that's not fair. What if the hoes scaring me?
What do you mean, brother?
Hey, another one I quote. You just don't get it. A bag is just material, but getting paper is of the soul, nigga. Iowa.
That is such a pimp quote.
Aoi Toto, 2024, Hood JJK.
Oh, I gotta watch that. That's funny.
That is a Toto line.
That's hilarious.
A bag.
That's even funnier.
A bag.
It's a Toto.
A bag is just decoration, but getting money and love the soul, nigga.
That's too funny. I'm gonna have to watch that. That's funny.
I'll send you the link after we get done, because that shit is so funny. Because he even broke it up from like, so you get the Shibuya arc incident, you get the Shibuya incident arc, you get the hidden inventory arc, so like the backstory, and then you also get the he's working on the first season now, because he kind of did it backwards. So he started with the Shibuya arc, went to the hidden inventory arc. Now he's doing the first season. And when I tell you this shit is fucking hilarious.
That's funny.
That's not fair.
That's
one of the hoes carrying me. That, if I would have had that quote in my back pocket in college, do you know how much shit I probably would have caused? Do you know how much shit
I don't know why no one thought of that.
Look, be in the middle of the most random party, talk about some, hey, bro, you scaring the hoes. That's not fair. What if the hoes scaring me?
Imagine saying that shit while you drunk. What if the hoes scare me?
I'm like, what if the hoes scaring me? I'm scared of the hoes. They be trying
They're like, oh no, he drunk. He's gonna take him home.
They be trying to do stuff. I don't know if I can do stuff. The hoes,
right? They want to see me.
Not they want to see me. Oh no.
Oh gosh, that's.
Before we move on, I actually have a Halloween story. I think about this story every single year because it is fucking hilarious to me. It makes me laugh every time I think about it. A couple years ago when I was in college, I want to say it was 2018, Halloween. I decided I was going to go with my favorite Halloween movie villain, Michael Myers. I didn't have the jumpsuit, but I had some like older clothes. I kind of just jeans and like a blue shirt. It all matched. I had the actual Michael Myers mask, and I just walked around campus like that. I didn't have my book bag, nothing. Just walked around campus. I even went to class like that.
That's true.
Went to one of my classes. I showed up late to that class. Everybody in that lecture turned around and looked at me, and I just sat there just the whole time. But that shit was great. Bro, it was great. Because there was the dude that was asleep on the other row when I walked in, and everybody looking at me, he literally like woke up, turned and looked at me, and physically jumped. He was like, oh my God. And I was just like, yeah, I liked it. So I go out. So you know where Odom is in a library. So you know, like that, the stairs that then lead to like the down dip that led to the other stairs that led to the main stairs on the front of Odom. That little like that little platform landing kind of thing. Yeah. So I was on the side closest to Odom. There were these two girls in front of the front steps of Odom. And I'll admit, I will openly admit now that I'm older, I was an asshole for this. But they saw me, and one of the girls was more scared than the other one. She was fucking terrified. And I wasn't even that close. I just stood there and looked at him. And she was like, oh, hell no, bro. She's looking at us. He's looking at us. I lean forward, and I fucking take off running at them.
Bro, that is so mean.
Here's how you know they wouldn't have survived a horror movie. One of them took off up the pedestrian wall. She booked it. The other one ran up the stairs and into the library.
That's the one that would not. I'd have been up by the honors college by the end. No, I'm not running into the library.
And it was so much funnier because I walked into the library and she was, by the time I got to the door of the library, she was gone. Like she fucking evaporated.
They called each other back later. Bro, where you at? What the fuck was that? They'll call campus security on you.
It was in the middle of the day. It was fine. It was so funny. Bro, the janitor took a picture. Like one of the janitors in the library took a picture with me. She was like, oh, that's so cool. She was like, oh, let me take a picture from my son. I want to take a picture. You gonna love this. And she like took a selfie with me. That shit was so funny. Shit was so funny. Which is also in the back of my mind. I was like, you would not have survived a horror movie. Because what if I had actually been a killer?
Sorry, that's
like,
facts.
because if it was the real Michael Myers, oh, let me take a selfie. Click, snap.
Yeah.
It would have been done, over with. Immediate. And so the next week, we were talking about our Halloween in one of our classes. And I told the story in class. And my professor, she literally, in front of the whole class, Justin, that's so horrible. And I was just like, it was hilarious. And then she was just like, what if they had trauma? What if you like re-traumatized them for that? And I was just like,
the counseling center is free. I'm just saying.
You're not wrong.
Go to the counseling center.
Oh my God. And so it's funny because when she said that, one of the other guys started laughing. And it was also funny because one of the guys in the class was like, that was you? Because he had seen me, but didn't know me. He was like, that was you? I saw you on campus. I was just like, yeah, I know you did. Because I walked around campus all day dressed as fucking Michael Myers. Of course you did. Of course you fucking did. I'm sure you
so shit.
Oh, it was great. It was hilarious. It was, I think, to this day, still one of my most favorite Halloween memories. And just
that's fair.
One day I'll tell the Halloween story of like one of the first conversations that me and my wife ever had through Snapchat. It actually happened like the week before Halloween, but like the conversation continued on Halloween.
I love that for you.
Absolutely. So much. But with that being said, we are actually going to move on now. We are. We're going to go into our anime discussion of the week. This one, I like it a lot. What is your favorite spooky / horror anime or show? Truthfully, I'll be honest with you, Promised Neverland, I think is my favorite.
Really?
I think it's my favorite just because it's not so much that it's scary, but it's like psychological. That's the part. And I'm not always a psychological horror fan. I'm not. But when it's done right, it's thrilling. When it's done right.
I can agree with that.
And so I
Promised Neverland was good. It had a little kind of jitter.
And then once we got the first reveal of what you actually see.
Oh yeah, that's
what happens when you get adopted. Like that first reveal, oh my God. I remember when I watched it, and of course Gabby had already seen it. I was watching it with her, and I'm like, what the fuck is that? And like I'm like, and like having to like we're gonna watch the next episode. We're gonna watch the next episode right now.
You gotta go.
And like that, I think that was like it was a very good anime. Parasite, but I don't even know if that would be considered like a horror. Like I
honestly haven't seen it, but from the cover, it looks like it could be.
Like I don't know if that really would fall under the horror aspect of. Like it has its moments, yes, but I don't know if it falls. Same thing with Death Note. Like it could fall under a horror, but I also think that like where Death Note is, it's more of a psychological thing because the whole show, if you're not paying attention, you will definitely miss something.
That's scary.
Have you seen Death Note?
I haven't seen Death Note. I've been meaning to watch Death Note.
You need to put that on your priority list. Don't just add it to the list of anime to watch. Like that needs to be on the priority one. Because
it is, because I've been meaning. It's like something short-ish that I could like.
And that's the thing. Even though it has a lot of episodes, it's only like 2 seasons.
Right, slight word.
And like, I think that if you were to start it on a Friday, you could get through like the majority of it throughout the weekend if that's all you did. And again, I say, if you miss some stuff, you'll be like, wait, what? 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 I will say, I'm pretty sure Glorilla sampled I'm pretty sure Glorilla sampled the Death Note music in her song. I think it's TGIF. It's 7 p.m. Friday. It's 95 degrees. I'm almost positive that she used the Death Note music, because there is some music in Death Note that had that like same beat, and I'm pretty sure that's the Death Note. And people that have heard it and also have seen Death Note, please, because I feel like I'm going crazy. I might have to like pull both of them up to do it, but I feel like it is. I'll let you know. I'll do my research and I will let you know.
Yeah, let me know. Figure that out.
Because since the first time I heard it, I was like, why did that sound familiar? Like, I've heard this before. So
I mean, I wouldn't be surprised.
You're right, especially with the way that it seems like anime is now so widely accepted, and people trying to argue like, oh, well, anime is using Black culture, and anime has been lifted on Black culture's back for the past several years. Blah, 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 blah. Bro, shut up. Because before a few years ago, the Black community, half of y'all wouldn't be caught dead watching anime, and the other half was so down low about watching anime, you would sooner accept that you were being called gay than y'all would actually accept being called somebody that watched anime. So shut the fuck up with that. I literally remember people would get like so butthurt over being like, oh, you watch anime? Oh, you an anime watcher? You're Black. Like, you
There used to be such a stigma behind people that watch anime. And I'm not even gonna lie. Sometimes the guys were not helping the stigmas. They were not.
You're right. 100%. I'll agree with you.
But there were also some who was fighting that. So it's like, if you're mad about it, you gotta make yourself not fit in the stereotype, my guy.
Exactly. Even though it's not an anime, one of my favorite spooky, and I still might watch it, because obviously we're recording this before Halloween. I still might watch Scary Godmother, because that is a staple.
It is. It's very much a staple. It's goated. It's got, to me, I think it has one of my favorite scenes of all time.
Which is?
Just because of the girl's facial expression. When she first gets to the house and she's meeting all the monsters and she meets Harry and she got comfortable and they're like, oh, they're ordering pizza. And he's like, oh, yeah, I want pizza with extra cheese and olives. And she's like, oh, you like cheese and olives too? I thought my cousin said you eat little girls. He's like, no, that makes the crust soggy. Her face is like, and he was like, no, I'm just joking.
Like, I'm just joking.
Whoever animated that scene, claps for him, because that was the funniest facial expression I've ever seen in a movie. Because that joke was cool. That song was a bop.
Yeah.
It was very much the little things that made the movie funny.
Absolutely.
To me.
It was like when they shook him down for money for the pizzas.
Yes.
That was hilarious.
No, because he shouldn't have did that.
He shouldn't have.
He shouldn't have. That's why you got shook by a skeleton.
Bro, it was wonderful. The whole thing. Then when they scared the cousin, or was it the big brother? It's the big brother.
It was a cousin. I think it was a cousin. Yeah, his cousin Jimmy.
Yeah.
God. Yeah, because that was his cousin Hannah. Yeah, cousin.
God, they don't do shows with cousins anymore. They don't do shows with movies. Everybody got to be brother and sister. They don't do shows with cousins no more. That's another reason why I fucked with Fairy Godmother, because I was like, damn, somebody with cousins? Oh shit! I didn't know y'all fuck with y'all cousins like that.
I will say, as great as the first one was, That boy was traumatized as all get out in the second one. He was traumatized.
As he should have
They would
been.
have to play him away.
As he should have been.
But it's his own fault. You shouldn't have. Why would you send a little girl into a haunted house, an abandoned haunted house at that? Now all you and your friends are traumatized. So
and they all deserve it. They all deserve it.
But the other friends, they was chilling. They were like, "Oh, ha, ha, that was very funny." He was like,
"Now go.
That's not funny." Right, go get her.
Now go get her. All right, cool. Like that one friend was like, "Bro, you shouldn't have did that. You shouldn't have did."
Right now they wait till they whole Halloween because y'all want to play a prank.
And now
she over there partying, eating pizza, and y'all standing outside of a haunted house and stuck and stupid.
Right. It's like you should have did that, bro. That wasn't funny. It was like, well, it's too late now. What you gonna do?
Right now we stuck with you. I can't even get no candy.
Right.
You want to play the prank.
Cause you wanted to be me and your cousin.
That would have made me mad more than anything else. Now my Halloween ruined because you want to be me.
Right. I was like, nah, I can't get no candy. Now I'm gonna have to go back home empty-handed. Mom and dad asking where the hell all my candy at. I'm gonna be like, well, shit, I didn't get no candy because Jimmy wanted to be a bitch and prank his little cousin.
Right. We had to wait outside for her to come outside because he didn't want to go get her. Like,
we thought she was dead and shit. Now we seeing monsters and shit everywhere. Now I got a monster coming out from under my bed every other night.
Right.
They said they wanted to teach us a lesson. Right. All because of Jimmy, bitch ass. If honest to God, if that had been me, I'd have put the beats on Jimmy. I would have.
Yeah. All of them would have caught it for angry. Because they all were a part of the prank.
They were. But after they realized, like, okay, this gone far enough. Then it was like, then it was like, okay.
After that, they were just too scared to go in there themselves to get her.
They were, 100%.
They would have put there. She wasn't even there. She wasn't there.
I'm like, what do we do? She's there, bro. What do we do?
All right, because they would have went inside. She not there. Now y'all got to explain why a little girl was in this house by herself.
Like now you got to explain to auntie and uncle why you came home. Why you came home, but your cousin didn't.
Right. You can't explain that away.
There's no way. No way possible.
Oh, but I was saying third spooky horror anime. It's a newer anime called The Grim Variations.
Why do I feel like I've heard that?
On Netflix. It went straight to Netflix. It's basically classic fairy tales, but twisted.
Okay. So
with like a psychological twist to it.
Okay, so it's kind of similar to like what they did on CW some years ago, like the Once Upon a Time or something like that.
Kinda.
Where they took like kind of the storybook, like the fairy tales and everything, and made them more modern or like made them to fit the real world or whatever.
Not even kind of. Yes and no. Like each episode is a different story, a different tale. Like the first episode is Cinderella. Okay. Everybody knows the story of Cinderella.
Right.
But it was a trick. So the twist was kind of that, stepmom, stepsisters moved into the house and they're like, oh my God, they're being so mean to Cinderella. She's just this sweet girl who's just doing whatever they ask for. The stepsisters are like, no, we're not. Like, we're being nice to this girl. Why are y'all saying we're being mean? We're doing mean stuff to her. Eventually, turns out that Cinderella, her name isn't actually Cinderella in the story,
Right.
She's twisting things around. Like, she's doing things like, when they first got it, she's like, oh, I'll be your personal slave. I'll do whatever you want. I've always wanted sisters. So when like the servants come around, they see her on the floor scrubbing. They're like, oh my God, you're scrubbing the ground. And the whole time she's just like, oh no, I would never do anything mean to my sisters. And near the end, whole thing was basically she wanted to be the sole person.
Okay.
Nobody else there. The sisters went to the ball. She completely destroyed the sisters' reputation. Stepmom's at the house. She done killed the stepmom.
Oh my God.
She poisoned the stepmom. I want to say she might have gouged her eyes out and then went to the ball with the stepmom's hairpin in. And the sisters saw it And they're like, you killed our mother. You're supposed to be at home watching her. And they're like, oh, she's sick. She's fine. She was fine when I left. Then when we killed her and went to the fucking party.
That's crazy.
All kind of a ploy to be like, she will always have this doll. She's like, y'all are my dolls. I'm playing with y'all. You're not better than me. Know who's really in charge here.
Oh.
And I was like,
that's creepy.
And that's just the first episode. Now that entire series, it kind of went up from there. Because just think the tales, the classic fairy tales,
right?
Skip all that kind of weird twist like that. They had like Hansel and Gretel.
Oh God!
It was something like the Pied Pipers of Hamlin or something like that. But some of them stories was like, yo, what is going on?
Some of them stories was like, I might need to watch some actual like cartoon shows before I go to bed.
Yeah. And it's like every episode a different animation style. So that kind of gives it a little creepy aspect too.
Oh, that's even worse. So you saying that actually reminds me of another show that it's been out for a while. And God, it's basically similar to that, but how it is that each one is a different Japanese horror like gimmick.
Is it a Japanese Tales of the Macabre or something like that?
I think so. I think because it's on Netflix as well. And I'm pretty sure Gabby watched it. And it's like each one is a different folklore from Japanese folklore. And they're all just like horror, each and every one of them. And from what I have seen and heard, because I listened to a review on it, like some of those ones get like actually fucking terrifying. Like just, and the thing is, like, I was scared for some of them just off of the people's reviews of the episode. I was like, oh my God, I would probably not be able to sleep.
Yeah, Grim Variation wasn't that bad. It was just they would have good psychological twists. It wasn't like gory or nothing for real. Like that, I don't recall. It's been a minute since I've seen it, but it was still pretty good. It came out this year, like earlier this year.
Okay. I might have to look into that. I might have to sit down because you know, wifey, she's all about the horror stuff. So
you like classic fairy tales spun on its head. Watch the Grim Variations on Netflix.
Listen,
everyone.
Speaking of Grim Variations, we talked about Cinderella. Always remember that in the Grimm brothers book, where they did the different fairy tales, Cinderella's sisters broke their feet and also cut their feet to make it smaller to try to fit into this glass slipper.
And I think that's another cool aspect. Every episode starts with like the Grimm brothers basically retelling. Like there's a little girl there and she's like, they're telling the story. So I think it is kind of I think loosely based on the Grimm brothers.
Oh, that's wild.
It's a pretty cool show.
Also, random aside. I was thinking about this because it's like, it was one of those, like, you always think about the fairy tales and like what like twist on them. You know, with Rapunzel, they say that her hair grew in long lengths. Do you think it was just the hair on her head that grew to like magical lengths?
Yeah.
Like,
so you think they're rocking like a Chewbacca cousin it type thing?
Like, you think like her other hair areas grew to magical lengths? Like, because they always were just like, oh, Rapunzel, let down your long hair, but like, was it just the hair on her head?
I see where you're going, and I want to say it wasn't just the hair on her head because that don't make sense, but it does kind of make sense. The hair on your head grows faster than other hair.
Yes, but she was also locked in the tower. That doesn't mean it's. She was also locked in the tower for years on years on years. So,
but I feel like that kind of thing, her mom If it was like Tangled, the mom would have been like, "Hey, bro, your arms getting low. You let me go."
Rapunzel. Did the carpet match the drapes?
No one would ever find out until Flynn Rider.
I'm so sorry.
And then
that is a terrible
in
joke.
Tangled, her hair got cut at the end.
Yes, it did.
Like shit went brown.
Like, because there was no more magic.
Mm.
And then the mom fell out the window and died before she hit the ground.
Unfortunate.
Very. Man, this has been a fun episode so far.
We've been all over the place.
We've been all over. I mean, but that's the fun of our episode. We have fun.
It's a good all over the place.
Yes. Alrighty. We're gonna get to our penultimate section of the episode. Boom! I said it right once. Hallelujah.
Yeah, you did.
Entitled "Shit for a Shot." Now, this shit for a shot, we are going to say right now, we are not a political podcast. We do not engage in political conversations for the sake of the podcast, but this one will kind of, sort of, just a little bit. We're not going to get too deep into it. We're not
going to get biased.
We're just going to do some light punching. We're going to do some light punching here.
All right.
It's election year. It's election season. By the time this episode drops out, we are literally like 5 days away from the actual election day. I've already early voted. So that's just that. Where I got it out the way because I said I'm not going to try to vote on election day. I've done it in years past, and I hate having to try to vote on election day. It's horrible. It is horrible. I remember one year I sat in line, I want to say, for like 3 hours before I actually got in to actually vote. Yeah, it was terrible. It was terrible. They even had an extra, like they had a separate line for absentee votes, and I still ended up having to wait for like 3 hours.
Wow.
And it's so crazy. I didn't have a car at the time, and my parents didn't offer to just come the 45 minutes to get me so I could go back and vote. So I just had to do it. But regardless, but with it being election year, and I can speak on this because I worked at a news station during an election year before. It is the worst thing for like political commercials. Do you know how many times I had to cut my show down to cover the amount of time we got for commercial break? There was an extra minute added to every single one of my commercial breaks. We had like 7. We had like 7 commercial breaks in the course of well, let's see, wait. 1, 2, 3. 3. No, we had 6 in the course of a show. And each one would typically range from like a minute 30 to maybe like at most 2:15. During the election season, especially the closer we got to the election date, our breaks would be at minimum like 2 minutes and 30 seconds. It was exhausting how much I had to condense my shows to beef up for election. And I'm not even just talking about presidential, even like local election would have like vote such and such for mayor, vote such and such for the Chamber of Commerce, vote such and such for governor, vote this person for
sheriff.
Yeah, like Chamber of Commerce, sheriff, or like all of that. And it's just like, I just hate these commercials so bad. Even now when I'm watching Hulu.
Yes, Hulu is so
I'll get a commercial on Hulu, and it'll be a political commercial. I'm just like, bro, I don't care. I've already voted. Please leave me alone.
It's the back-to-back commercials for me. You'll get one for one person, another for another person. They're just going back and forth for like 3 minutes. I'm like, yo, please leave me alone.
Literally.
And then they'll have a one random commercial, and it's like, this ad is not sponsored by either party. Then who the fuck made it? Who made it? It's not sponsored by either party, but it's clearly bashing one party.
Right. Or it's just like, this
make sense.
This ad paid for by such and such for so and so. And it's like, why did they get the clearance to have this commercial? And how do they have so much money that they can put it on Hulu of all places? Do you know how much money ad time on Hulu probably costs?
A lot. It's the commercials. It's signs everywhere. There are so many signs everywhere. Half the times they don't make sense.
They
I'm
really
like,
don't.
I don't.
You know my favorite political sign? Presidents are temporary. Wu-Tang is forever. That is my favorite political sign. I love it to
That's
death.
fair.
And if I can get it put on a flag, I will wave it proudly in front of my house. Presidents are temporary. Wu-Tang is forever. It's yellow with the Wu-Tang symbol on it, and it's black writing. And I love it.
I've seen it somewhere.
I love it so much.
Dude, but let's talk about the text messages.
Oh,
Dude, I've been getting text messages since May. Since May. I'm so sick of all of them. Like, y'all are taking up storage. Stop messaging me. Leave me alone. I've been counting down the days till it's over. Like, please just let it end so I can stop getting text messages every 2 seconds from some random number. Hi, this is Deborah from da-da-da-da-da. Are you voting?
yes.
Fuck off, Deborah.
Terrible. And you know, I'm so sick of getting the one, because they've upped their game this year. I've been getting text messages with videos in them.
Right. I be getting videos. I be getting memes. I'm like, shit.
Like, I haven't watched a single one of them, but like, I see them and I'm just like, why are y'all sending? First off, if I didn't have unlimited text messages, I'd be pissed off when I got this shit. You wasted my fucking minutes. You some bullshit. Thankfully, I
have you waste my minutes.
Right. Like, thankfully, I have unlimited talking text, but like, damn it.
And the point.
Don't do this.
You wasted storage.
Literally, you wasted storage. Like, now I gotta go in, delete it from my messages, then go into the settings, then delete it again, so that way I get my space back. It's irritating.
So much work. And I'm like, please. There needs to be a system in place. So once you vote, take me off the list.
Yes. Yeah.
Take all the commercials off my TV. Take me off the text list.
I literally got a text message 10 minutes after I submitted my vote. I got a text that was just like, "Dear Justin, I don't know if you've already decided, but let me give some information to help you make your decision." And I'm like, bro, I've already cast my vote. Please leave me alone.
I can't take it back now.
Like, I've already cast my vote. It's too
let
late.
me live.
You're too late. You should have delivered those sugar cookies 2 weeks ago.
Right. It's too late for you to be in my phone now talking about you make sure you're aware. I'm aware. I voted. Leave me alone, please.
Literally, I'm aware.
Like, get off my phone.
Like, quit playing.
All the way off my phone.
Quit playing in my phone, for real. But I will say this much. The political season isn't always bad. It's not always bad. Because sometimes you get hilarious moments in political seasons. And the one hilarious moment that I know that we both have discussed is a person by the name of Loomis singing the national anthem before debate, fucking it up in the middle of the national anthem going, "I fucked up, I fucked up, I fucked up. Can we start over? Can I get a do-over? Can I get a do-over?"
Like, no, sis, we cannot start over.
So I've talked about...
You are 2 lines into the national anthem. How did you mess up already?
Literally.
Did you not sing it every day in elementary school?
I'm so nervous. I'm so nervous. I'm nervous. I'm so nervous. And here's my thing. I've talked about working in live news. Literally, I've worked in live television before. The way I would have been on the fucking floor. First off, I wouldn't have just been on the floor. I would have been in every person's earpiece, because as a producer, I have a little button that I can go into everybody's earpiece with a singular button. The way I would have been in everybody's ears talking about, "What the fuck? If y'all don't somebody get this shit together, like, right the fuck now." Like, just like, cut this shit. We have it. We have a recording. Fuck it. I don't give a fuck if it's national television or not. We have a recording. We gonna do the fucking national anthem with the recording. And like, I would have been in everybody's ear.
Planes in the sky. Let's fly.
Literally. But then after that, I would have been laughing my fucking head off. I would have thrown the headset and I would have been laughing my fucking head off. Because she stood there as seriously as she could And she was like, I messed it up. I'm so nervous. Like
what? God, you just got worse and worse.
Look, you know one thing though. Fergie is somewhere popping bottles right now.
Oh yeah, Fergie's like, thank God somebody mucked it up more than I did.
Which is funny because it's funny because even that little girl did worse, and yet people were still talking about Fergie. That's how bad Fergie
was. A little girl. That's the thing. She's a little girl.
But this girl, she might got it. They were like, whose child? Who? This is what happens when parents don't tell their children no.
Yeah.
But I will also then say that moment, it hasn't made up for this entire dumpster fire of a political season, of a electoral season. But it has been a shining light and has made this season just a little bit funnier.
It's a tiny bit funny. Unless you see it, like it's still terrible, hated for everyone. But that was a little something to put a little peppy stuff.
And it's the fact that they didn't have a backup plan. Like, you always have a backup plan for live television, y'all. That is like live television 101. You always have a backup plan.
And then after they zoomed in on her face.
That was the funny part. They switched cameras to right there in the close-up. I was like, y'all petty as fuck for that.
Whoever was shooting that, they hated her so much. The
director who was behind that, the producer and the director, y'all two ain't shit. Because how y'all gonna decide as a collective to go, you know what? Take the close-up shot. Take that. Yeah, take the close-up shot right now. Like, how dare y'all? Like, and I'm talking to the producer, because you looked at your director and said, all right, you ready? Ready, camera 2? Take camera 2. Like, how rude as hell. How rude as hell. Then you had the audacity to take the camera, but wouldn't cut her mic. Got the production assistant on the floor talking about this is live, we're live. No, you can't start over, we're live. Like, come on. I feel bad for that production assistant. I really do.
I wish I could be a fly on the wall as she talked to her manager after she got off stage. I would have loved to see that. She said she only had a day to rehearse and practice. Girl, that's a day to learn the words. It's
literally a day. Like,
that you've announced to a child.
In a day, I could have done a better version.
I haven't heard of this person.
Same. I've never heard of her. I'm
looking her up now because
honestly,
this woman,
just out of pettiness, I would have played international player ball. Once she messed up, I would have just been like, we're gonna fade her out. All right, you ready? You ready for the audio? All right, go. So I typed this text to this girl up.
Oh wow!
To this girl, like,
the girl's dad is a veteran.
Oh no! That's even worse. Her dad was a
veteran.
That's even worse. Oh no, your daddy done fought for this country. You can't even get the words of the song right. Oh Lord.
Yeah, then someone had to tell her it's live, and she freaked out.
See,
just to mess up again.
This is why you always pre-record. This is why you always pre-record doing something like that. So if something messes up, you can just, and then she can just lip sync. Honestly, I would have just did that. Honestly, if she was talking about how nervous she was,
we are debating which one is worse, hers or Fergie's.
I think hers is worse, just because she couldn't even make it through the whole song. At least Fergie made it through the song.
Oh yeah, she's from California, girl. You knew this song.
Oh, it just keeps getting worse.
She's such a liar. Oh, that's funny. Like, baby girl, what? What was she going on in final?
It's hilarious is what it is. But
it is. Dang.
But
let's keep it moving.
But that is the shit. And this is the shot. Miami, Florida. Oh, look at that! She threw the shot with me. Ah!
Yeah, I got my Aruba shot glass.
And I got one from Miami, Florida. We love that. I'm still doing the gin. I'm still doing the gin that I was telling you about. So that's what mine will be. So that's gonna be on your. So that way we can kind of like tink our glasses. Hold on. We can like tink them. Be like
Tink.
tink tink. There we go. So that was the shit, and these are some shots. So we're gonna take these shots because that was some shit.
Ooh, love that.
Oh, that's that. Oh,
that's that.
You know how you can like taste some alcohol and you're just like, oh, that's quality. Who is quality? You can taste the $80. It's like, oh, to taste the money. But with that being said, we are going to move into our final section of today's episode. Is I know it's somebody's favorite section. Is probably also Kristal's favorite. But it is Am I the Asshole? As read by Kristal.
Yes. So give it light. Am I the asshole for refusing to pay for my friend's meal after she invited me out for dinner?
Please. I'm gonna say no, just on the fact that she invited you. So it's like, if you don't, especially also it's like, if you don't set the expectation up front, you can't be mad when they don't meet the expectation that you didn't set.
That's valid.
But please, regale me. Regale us.
So my friend 29F and I 28 male went out for dinner the other night. She invited me out to this nice place, which was cool because we hadn't hung out in a while. And I was really looking forward to catching up. When we got there, she ordered way more food and drinks than I did. I kept it light since I'm trying to save money, so I only ordered a main course and water. Right. At the end of the meal, a waiter brought the check and my friend looked at me and asked if I'd cover this one. I was kind of thrown off, especially since she invited me out. I told her that I wasn't planning on paying for both of us and reminded her that she was the one who suggested dinner. She got really upset and said she thought it was obvious she meant I should pay because I make more money than her. I do, but it's not a huge margin, and I'm also trying to budget right now. She ended up paying for her share and called me stingy and said I was being unfair. Am I the asshole for refusing to pay for her meal when she was the one who invited me out?
Okay, so upon hearing that, I stand by it, not the asshole. Then also, there's a couple red flags here, or a couple things that I immediately was like, oh, my friend 29F, 20, and I 28M, I immediately was like, oh no, she invited him out, and then gonna say something like, well, you're the guy, so obviously you should pay. So I am glad that wasn't the wording that she used. Of course, it was like, oh, you make more money than me, but it's like, okay, just because you make more money, again, she invited him out.
Right. She invited him out. She ordered all that food and drink.
Right. Like,
girl, what are you expecting?
Like, I only had a steak, a baked potato, and some water. Like, you ordered crab legs, oysters, a steak, 5
You ordered a whole seafood boil, a margarita flight.
Right. And two mojitos. Like, I don't even drink mojitos. What did you know with 2 of them?
Right. We at Applebee's, ordered the $10 bucket.
Okay, but like, I still gotta make it to Applebee's when they do those buckets. I have yet to actually.
They have them now.
I gotta go. We gotta go.
At Applebee's.
Me and Bay gotta go. We got to go to Applebee's to get the buckets. See what it's hitting on.
But I think it's pretty much. Very so you're sticking.
Oh, I'm sticking. You're sticking.
Yeah. Everyone, all the comments agree. Like, very much, he's not the asshole. Everybody's like, she invited you out,
and that's literally. I feel like that is the part where it's literally like that in and of itself is where it's like, I didn't really even need any of the other context. She invited him out and did not explicitly say, hey, hell, even if she had said before they got there, hey, do you think you can cover our dinner?
All right, we would have went to McDonald's.
Not the McDonald's.
We could have went and got a $5 biggie bag.
Not the $5 biggie bag.
But I don't know if this is a me thing. When my mother always told me, if you go out to eat with somebody, whether you expect them to pay or not, always have money to cover your food.
Yeah.
And if somebody is paying for you, don't ball out. Don't go all out. Like, keep it cute.
Keep it cute. Like stay $20 and under if you can.
Exactly. Obviously, she ordered all these foods and drinks. Since you ain't staying under $20.
Listen, we balling on a budget over here. So you better figure it out. You better feel.
Literally feel.
You better feel.
Because I would have paid for my food and left her there.
You better go to the back and start washing some dishes.
Joe better bust some suds. Because I'm going to slip to the bathroom. I'm going to find a waitress. Hey, I'm going to just pay for my little part here in the card. She going to get her part.
Right. She's like, all right, I'm dip. Bye.
All right, I'm going to see you later. This was fun catching up. Enjoy your bill. I left a tip, so don't even worry about that.
Like, I left a tip. Trust me. I left a tip and then another tip because this was embarrassing. And
right, it's very humiliating.
We're not doing this anymore. Okay? Awesome. Bye.
Right. Be easy.
Right. Heavy on the be easy.
If you go out with your friends, don't expect them to pay for you unless y'all have discussed it prior.
Right. Oh, facts. Facts. I will say though, this kind of reminded me. So it's not similar, but it reminded me of this because I thought about like dine and dashing people. Some years ago, back when Pizza Hut was still like a buffet style pizza place, so you like buffet style, but you could also order like pizzas for the table.
Mm-hmm.
My uncle was telling me a story about how he had gone to Pizza Hut, and there was this family of people that were sitting there. They all ate. They ate. And it was like a big family, dude. It was like 10 or more. So they all eat. Couple go to the bathroom. They go out. One or two more go to the bathroom. They go out. Once they get to like the last like two, maybe like 2 or 3, all you just hear is somebody scream, "They leaving!" They last like 2 people get up and run outside and
they snitching.
And they hop in a van and they just take off.
They snitching.
It was the story itself was so funny. I can only imagine what it was like being there.
That's Donnie and Dashy got a Pizza Hut.
Right? Honest to God, though,
it's Pizza Hut.
I would be like, so since they just stole the pizza, can I leave too? Because I don't want to be here when y'all file a police report. So can I just go to?
And I'm just like, can I go with them? Can I call them to pick me up?
Not can I call them to pick?
If I give you their names, can I leave?
Oh, geez. It's like, I don't even know their actual names, but I'll give you some random names.
Right, and then I'm gonna leave. I'm also gonna give you my fake name, and then I'm gonna leave and never show my face here again.
That Pizza Hut turned into a Little Caesars. I think that's the funniest part for me. Is that they turned it into a Little Caesars.
A Little Caesars.
I think that's the part for me, and that it later became a Little Caesars. Didn't even stay a Pizza Hut forever.
What a downgrade!
I know, right? But we still mess with Little Caesars around here. Hot and ready for $5. Listen, if your friend can be hot and ready for $5, and you be satisfied with that, you'll be satisfied with some $5 hot and ready pizza.
I'm not satisfied with a $5 hot and ready pizza. I'm not.
I don't know what to tell you then.
Ain't doing nothing for $5. Not hot and ready.
Listen.
Nope.
I know plenty of people that would look me in my face to say, look, $5 is $5.
$5 is not. Then you can ask somebody for $5.
Look, remember what they say? We're like, look, I'm gonna need that $40.
I don't know why, but that reminded me. I watched a Menendez Brothers thing yesterday, and he's like, "I'll give you $100 for 9 dimes." I was like, "Nigga, what?" He's like, "I need dimes." I'm like, "Bro, you have $100, bro. What the fuck?
You think you just go make change? You can't just go make change.
They're in prison. They're in prison. They can't. And who's gonna give you $100 worth of dimes?
Facts.
It's a lot of dimes. Cause dimes only come in a roll of like $5. So you have 20 rolls of dimes.
Well, then you could put them in a sock and just.
No.
Yes. Then you still have the money. You have a weapon now, and you got the dimes that you could use for whatever purpose.
The dimes were for talking on the phone.
There you go. Then you have a weapon, and you can talk on the phone indefinitely. I'm just saying, man.
Let the boy tap their dime. And you have your little Caesar's hot $5 hot ready.
Listen, man. If it's good enough for John Cena, it's good enough for me. I say that. I don't know if John Cena eats Little Caesar.
See,
look,
the man, John Cena
look, the man is so ripped. I don't know if he's seen a carb a day in his life.
He had to.
Like, this man is.
John Cena be scarping. I know it.
The man is ripped. It's scary how ripped he is at his big ass age of like 48.
Is he really 48?
He's like, bro, he's like 40. I want to say like 48.
That sounds about right. For John Cena.
I want to say he's like 48 because he's younger than The Rock. The Rock is in his 50s now.
Yeah.
Let's see.
John Cena, though. John Cena's 47.
I was off by a year. Dwayne Johnson is 52.
Thank you.
And Hulk Hogan bitch ass is 71.
Oops.
No, it's always fuck Hulk Hogan. It's fuck Hulk Hogan around these parts.
I'm not gonna ask why, but I understand. I never liked his face.
It's fuck Hulk Hogan around these parts and fuck Hulk Hogan's forever. Even before.
He's from Augusta.
Who?
Hulk Hogan. He's from Augusta.
Like Augusta, Georgia?
Oh, bro. Pretty sure, yeah.
What?
Yeah, he's from Augusta. He was born in Augusta.
Ew.
Very.
Ew.
His name isn't even fucking Hulk Hogan.
Oh no, it's not. It's fucking Terry.
It's fucking Terry Jean.
Terry. Like, looks terrible.
Yeah.
Terrible Terry. There we go. Oh,
that's terrible. We're done with you.
Terrible Terry. Boom. There we go. See, look at
that. We're done with you, Terry.
But wrapping all that back around to say,
what the fuck were you talking about?
Not the asshole.
Dinner.
The guy, not the asshole. To be honest, I don't know if I'd still be her friend after that.
Yeah, no.
I don't think I'd still be her friend.
I'm gonna avoid you for a good little minute because that was shady.
Because how you gonna invite me to dinner, then expect me to pay? Like, no, stop it right now.
Like, no, that's not how this works out.
Like, I'm gonna pay for mine, you gonna pay for yours, then we're gonna go our separate ways.
That's just how you naturally expect it would go if you hang out with a friend. You pay for yours, I pay for mine, unless we talked about it. Right. Then one of us will get the other. If we talk about it, you on your own.
Right. It's big facts, especially if we don't talk about it. Oh, you hold on your own.
Right. Don't invite me out if you broke.
But
I'm gonna eat, and you're gonna sit there looking crazy.
Look, yeah, I'm gonna give you a big ass porterhouse steak while me and the bitch talking about some. Yeah, man.
Like, you want some water? You want some of this free bread?
Like, here, take a roll. You know they good.
Let me take a roll.
Like, they'll refill the bread. Shit,
all right. Steak real good. Cook perfect.
Right, like this steak is perfect. Wonderful. Also, there we go. That'll be our last little subject before we get out of here. What do you use your perfect steak cook?
You're gonna judge the fuck out of me.
I am going to judge the fuck out of you, probably.
Because you already know what I'm about to say. If I say you're gonna judge me.
I pray you're not about to say what I think you're about to say.
I might be. I like my steak well done. I'm gonna tell you why. Here's my reasoning.
Please.
I have the worst luck when it comes to steak at restaurants. Okay. I have the worst luck.
Okay.
Every time I order a steak medium well, it's gonna come out rare, and I'm gonna be pissed. Every single time I order, okay, I want medium well. It comes out rare, and I'm sitting here like. So I eventually started ordering it. I start ordering it well done, then it starts coming out medium well. I'm like, okay. So that's just how I have to order it now to get it.
You don't get it well done. You get it medium well.
Sometimes it do be well done. I still eat it. Ugh. It comes out more well done than medium well often now. I'm like, either way, I'm going to eat it. As long as it's not rare, I'm going to eat it.
I get mine medium. I
can't do it.
I get mine.
It's a psychological thing. I can't do the rare.
I do a medium. Get just enough. Get that little pink on the inside off.
Listen, as long as you're not one of them blue rare people, I get.
Bro, I knew somebody that did. I knew somebody that did blue rare, but then I also knew. So my uncle knew a guy when he was working at the Target distribution center, where this is no exaggeration. How he told me how he cooks his steak. He would have the grill or whatever. All right, it's done.
But it's not. You ain't even got no type of brown on it. That joint is still pink.
That's it. He literally... You just
nooked it.
On the grill, maybe like 10, 15, at most like 30 seconds. Flip it over. 30 more seconds. Take it off.
All you did was warm it up. It ain't all the way warm. You might as well put that in the microwave, bro.
But that's how he did it.
That's disgusting.
According to my uncle, that's how he did it. Because he said he went over, they had a barbecue one day. And he watched him do it.
That's gross. I don't.
And the thing is...
Those type of people bite cows. Some people bite.
Like Richard from The Amazing World of Gumball.
Yes.
Just...
That's disgusting.
Be so rare that it's still mooing.
Literally, his steak, that guy's steak is mooing.
Oh, man.
That's disgusting. That's the nastiest thing I've heard in my life. That's so disrespectful to a steak.
I gotta say, though, I cannot wait until grill season comes back around because I'm good at grilling burgers. I'm good at grilling hot dogs, bratwurst, ribs, all of that. I have not done grilling a steak on a grill yet. So that's going to be my next task because I'm curious because I haven't come into the 21st century. I'm still good old charcoal, put it on the charcoal type guy. I'm not one of the guys with like, oh, I put the meat probe in there until it gets an internal temperature of 175. I haven't got there yet. I hope to get there one day, probably before I turn 35, but like, for right now, just give me the grill, get my charcoals once they get that nice little gray color on them. Slap that thing on it and let it cook.
Look, I got a friend, my friend's fiance, he knows how to cook, he knows how to grill a good steak.
Yeah?
Mm-hmm. Good people. He cool people.
I like that. You ready to wrap it up?
Let's wrap this joint up.
All righty. Ladies and gentlemen, that has been episode 26, aka the Halloween episode, aka the episode Kristal wrote. With that being said, we're going to get up out of here. Please follow us on all of our social medias. We have social medias of Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, TikTok. We will be more active on them because God knows we need to be more active on them. I don't know. We might start getting a team. If you want to be a part of a team to help us, we can't pay you right now, but we'll give you a shout out on the podcast if you want to help. That'll be something cool. But with that being said, also, please follow me on all of our socials. All of my links are down below. I have everything, including a Reddit. Miss Kristal Deshan, please tell the people where you can be found on the social medias.
You can find me everywhere at Kristal Shan, KRISTALDESHANE.
Hey. Yeah, man, we're going pretty strong. 26 episodes, 2 bonus episodes. We got, some good stuff coming. Thanksgiving's on the way. Christmas is on the way. Then we'll be in the new year. We'll be in 2025. Ain't that something?
Yes, sir.
Got a lot of stuff. We got a lot of stuff coming. I don't know if this is the last episode I will do this, but I will read this to get us up out of here. Actually, there we go.
Shame.
If you're a loved one who's struggling with alcohol abuse, dial the National Drug and Alcohol Treatment Hotline at 1-800-662-4357. The National Drug and Alcohol Treatment Hotline provides information on alcohol and drug abuse, local treatment options, support through hotline counselors who are there to help speak with you about alcohol, drug, or family problems. Before I get to our ending line that I always do, I'm going to chug the last half of my drink. And with that, remember that you are loved. You are appreciated. We will see you in the next episode, and we are so glad that you joined us in this one. Have a great rest of your Halloween. Have a great rest of your weekend, and we will see you next week. Bye-bye.